And I think if you can put that mindset into people who take their own lives, then you can understand that their life doesn't mean that much to them anymore.
Unfortunately, I had the experience with a high school friend who took his life. He lost his older brother he's very close to. And a year after his older brother died, he took his life on the anniversary of his older brother's death. And I'm just like, he's in high school. Something there was just.
Well,
we could tell how much it hurt him when his brother passed. But, outside again, looking in, it was like, okay, he's coming to school again. Like, maybe he's, working through this. But in his mind, it was just like, no, I'm just waiting for the anniversary of his death so I can go out. Like, he was just going through the motions until that day.
Some people have depression and a heaviness. And I'm not projecting what I'm saying, how I feel. And I think how other people might feel if you lose somebody. Like if I lost somebody in my family, a child, at some point you have to weigh the value of life versus the sadness you're going to feel every day. And I think some people, when they have people die, they weigh that they're never going to be better, and why put themselves through that much grief. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it's just real. It's like this just happened, and it's a big deal for me because it just makes me also think and say that I need to be a little bit nicer to people. Not that I'm not nice, I am nice. But sometimes I'm short, and I think sometimes like a little compliment or a gesture goes a long ways, because you don't know the battles that people are fighting. You just don't know. But every time I go to the gym now and you see people really, really, working out, it's like sometimes I look at them and you might make fun of their form or the way they're looking or whatever it is, instead of thinking that way. And I'm just making up something, but it's like I need to change my mindset and like always say we don't know the battles anybody's facing that I'm facing. Sometimes I go to the gym and I told my workout partner today, Harley, I said, I don't feel like being here. But people could look at me and say, oh, I had my Nike shirt on and I'm in good shape. And it's like, whatever, like, wow, that guy's like, he's got it together. We don't know the battles that people are facing. The guy that I'm talking about, I don't want to mention his name, but probably went to Starbucks and all these different places the day of. And I wonder what could have prevented him from taking his life that night. That's what I think of, because I wish I would have reached out in some capacity more. He knows that I've had my own demons and trauma, and that I've, in some capacity, really overcome them. And I just wish that we built a stronger relationship outside of work.
Well, one of the biggest things there is that we can't assume that there weren't already people doing that, and it just didn't register for him. What was that documentary we watched where the guy was saying that he wants to take his life, and he had all these friends and all these people, and he was a popular guy.
He did take his life, though.
I know. Right? I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
there were all these people around him. He was having a great time every day.
Yeah, popular
dude, and he was just like, I don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, like, we can't assume, like, truly, I think, me, somebody who can't necessarily, I don't even want to say understand, I don't have to understand it, but can't speak from any experience with it, should I say. They could literally have a whole team of people behind them, but it wouldn't matter if they really just made up their own mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about really anything with people. If they make up their own mind, it doesn't matter what anybody says about anything.
Well, the great thing is we can make up our mind one way or the other, and we can always change our mind. And I think some people, it's just tough to, like I said before, I know what I need to do to be happy. And I do these things, but I have to do those things. If I don't do all of those things, that gives me more reason to just feel worthless, insecure, without purpose, all these things. So I have to really work hard to give myself merit and to make myself feel good. That's why outside of being a good dad or a husband, I know I'm those things. I'm talking about my own existence, my existence on this earth. My existence and what that matters to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't matter that much. And I think if you can put that mindset into people who take their own lives, then you can understand that their life doesn't mean that much to them anymore. If it meant a whole lot, or they felt that they had a massive ego and all these other things, I need to keep living because the whole world needs to know about who I am and what I'm going to do and whatever, some people have a lot more humility, and they don't feel
but
that.
saying you're living for the whole world or living for the people around you, I mean, I think that's an exaggerated way to go with that, saying living for the whole world. No, people, I don't live for the whole world. I live for myself and my family.
Yeah, but I mean, that's an exaggeration. But you have to find a reason to live for yourself before you can find a reason to live for this person or your family. And
I mean, yeah, I guess it's
what I'm
true.
saying is this person was young, 35, and I'm sure this was not the first time he thought about taking his life, and I'm sure that the last many years have been difficult, and I assume that, what he wanted to happen happened.
I mean, if you attempt something like that, it's what you wanted, and sometimes you're successful in what you want. I don't want to say unfortunately. I don't even know if it's unfortunate. It's what he want. I don't know. It's such an odd thing to commentate on about somebody else because it's not my life to comment on.
Right.
So me saying unfortunately, I guess for him it wasn't unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to.
This person and many other people like them, I wonder what could make them happy. What's unfortunate is definitely the people that you leave behind that miss you and that love you. But they have to reconcile.
Well, they're frankly devastated, Yeah,
they have to reconcile that this is what this person wanted, and that's obviously, you don't have to take your own life. So if you go to that extreme, like that's a pretty violent thing to do to yourself in any capacity. I don't care what it is. To know that you're doing that, there's nothing more violent than you can do to yourself.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace, brother. It's wasn't fun hearing about that and processing it. And like I said, worked with this guy, talked to him every week for over the past year and made a lot of great progress on this project and this light that I've invented. I guess when it will come out, I'll always think about him because he did so much work on it. He did all the work. It's his part, the electrical engineering part, is like it's pretty much done. So, and the prototype that we have now, the light, like he was very diligent in making that the way I wanted it, and it works great. So, like I said, I know this episode was a bit heavy, but that's what life is, and I could not honor myself or how I feel if I didn't, bring it up and talk about it. I mean, I'm sure this is something that a lot of you guys have dealt with, and we're just trying to be honest with our thoughts about it. We all feel differently about these things. It's a very difficult thing to talk about and to process, but this has been our chat about it, and we thank you guys for listening and for being here. And if you like what we're doing, make sure that you subscribe on YouTube. You can watch clips. You can listen, and please give a review and rate. And hopefully you like this episode. I'm sure next episode will be a little bit lighter.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah. I think I want to end it with that.